Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We recited today the Surat Abasa. And in this surah, Allah Azza wa Jal will talk about seeking guidance. You know, Allah Azza wa Jal even mentioned the people who will seek guidance and the people who doesn't seek guidance, and the people, you know, what is their status, you know, then what is their rewards and what is their punishment. Allah Azza wa Jal says, Abasa wa tawalla an ja'ahu al-a'ma wa ma yudrika la'allahu yazakka. And this is the story, and again, this is the story of one of the Sahaba. His name is Abdullah ibn Maktoum, ibn Maktoum. And this man was a blind man and came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, while Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam given da'wah to the elite of the Quraysh, the biggest of the Quraysh. And the surah explained that the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he tried to guide the people of Quraysh, the biggest, the elite of Quraysh, and this man came. Then they said, like the story says that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that he frowned or he turned his face away. Then Allah Azza wa Jal telling the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam about this incident. Abasa wa tawalla an ja'ahu al-a'ma wa ma yudrika la'allahu yazakka. Sometimes when you look at the people, some people, their status is not who they are. It's not what they have. It's not what their position. The status is only in the heart. You know, some people, they are close to Allah Azza wa Jal more than any other people. You know, then Allah Azza wa Jal will talk to them in the surah. Then فَأَمَّا مَنِ اسْتَغْنَى. There is people, they're not even going to seek that guidance. Even some people, even whatever you give that guidance, they're not even, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, they're not muhtadeen. They're not going to be guided. Allah Azza wa Jal says, فَأَمَّا مَنِ اسْتَغْنَى. That it means he doesn't need that, to reject that deen. He doesn't need that da'wah. He doesn't need your invitation. He's, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, he rejects the deen as a whole. فَأَمَّا مَنِ اسْتَغْنَى فَأَنْتَ لَهُ تَصَدَّى وَمَا عَلَيْكَ أَلَّا يَزَّكَّى. Do not worry about the one who is not going to follow you. Do not worry about the one who's not going to, whatever, follow your deen or to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. You are the only thing you're going to do. You're going to convey the message. وَمَا عَلَيْكَ أَلَّا يَزَّكَّى. Do not worry about him. Convey the message. If he got that message, sallallahu barak. It's a grace from Allah. And he has a reward. And if he doesn't, accept that message, and again, do not worry about him, and he has another punishment. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned in the middle of the surah, قَالْ قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ. Humankind, they are, in a sense, they are kafir in themselves, because when you don't accept the da'wah, when you don't accept the deen, when you don't accept the risala, when you don't accept, because the deen is nothing but worship Allah Azza wa Jal, and you still reject that, Allah Azza wa Jal says, قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ. And he will try to tell us about these tyrants. مِنْ أَيِّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقَهُ. People, Allah Azza wa Jal will talk to these people. Allah Azza wa Jal, if you think that you are a big thing, or you think your status is a big thing, or you think that your money is a big thing, if you think your reputation is a big thing, Allah Azza wa Jal, He will remind you where you came from. Allah Azza wa Jal says, قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ مِنْ أَيِّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقَهُ. Where He created it from. مِنْ نُطْفَةٍ خَلَقَهُ فَقَدَرَ. From a semen, from a water, from a dairy water, from that's the one who is conceived in this dunya. If he looked back at where he came from, he will understand. Do not think that you are, that you are a big shot. You are with the grace of Allah, with the favor of Allah. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. But if you think about it, we came from the same source. We are came, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Again, people, they think they are, they think like they came, like the rich people or the powerful people, and the disbeliever, they think they came from a different source. The poor people came from one thing, and the rich people, they have their own thing. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ مِنْ أَيِّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقَهُ مِنْ نُطْفَةٍ خَلَقَهُ فَقَدَّرَهُ ثُمَّ السَّبِيلَ يَسَّرَهُ. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla give you this life, do whatever you want. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla will tell you, this sabil, this life, is going to be a short coming, it's going to be a short thing. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, ثُمَّ أَمَاتَهُ فَأَقْبَرَهُ. That's the story. Even your life, if you notice, the mentioning of your life in this surah is nothing. قال من نطفة خلقه فقدره ثم السبيل يسره ثم أماته فأقبره. As if the dunya is not mentioned over here, nothing. As the dunya is a, it's a, in a blink of an eye. ثم أماته فأقبره ثم إذا شاء أنشره. It's not only that when you're gonna die that this is it. There is nushur, there is a resurrection. ثم إذا شاء أنشره كلا لما يقضي ما أمره. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla says, for these people, look, there is your death. It's not the end of the story. كلا لما يقضي ما أمره. You haven't done. In the end of the story, Allah Azza wa Jalla, God, there is the difference in this dunya. There is the difference between accepting, accepting the da'wah, accepting the deen, accepting the message. Allah Azza wa Jal, for the people who accept this message, Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned, قال وجوه يومئذ مسفرة. In that day, that people, the believer, they're going to come to Allah Azza wa Jal with illuminating, with bright faces that you can't even look at them. ترى في وجوههم نظرة. Allah just said, ترى في وجوههم نظرة النعيم. When you look at them, Allah Azza wa Jal sees these people. When they come to Allah Azza wa Jal, they say, وجوه يومئذ مسفرة. Musfira, it means it's like a smiling face, bright faces. ضاحكة مستبشرة. That even laughing faces, they're not in fear. They know where they're going. They know Allah Azza wa Jal, they already got their book. They already got it in their hand. They know Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned in another ayat, فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا وينقلب إلى أهله مسرورا. The person who got that, accept that reward, accept that invitation, accept that da'wah, accept the deen. These people in the day of judgment, Allah Azza wa Jal make their accountability is quick, and they will be very glad that Allah says, وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. Then you're going to be very happy. Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned that the people, they're going to, in that day, even you're going to know by the faces. Allah Azza wa Jal says, وُجُوهُ يَوْمَئِذٍ مُسْفِرَةٌ ضَاحِكَةٌ مُسْتَبْشِرَةٌ. Then Allah Azza wa Jal goes for the non-believer, what he says, قال وَوُجُوهُ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَلَيْهَا غَبَرَةٌ. You see the people, like when they, let's say that the people that work outside and they work like construction, how you see their faces? You see their faces dusty, they have sweaty, they are tired, there is no, and they're frowning. Even the summer they will be like, in a sense, they're mad because it's the heat and the whole thing. Allah just says, وُجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَلَيْهَا غَبَرَةٌ تَرْهَقُهَا قَتَرَةٌ. That even their faces, there are frowny faces. Their faces is not a face that make you look at and give you a good feeling. وَوُجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَلَيْهَا غَبَرَةٌ تَرْهَقُهَا قَتَرَةٌ. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla, He said, these faces, أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَفَرَةُ الْفَجَرَةُ. These people, who is the disbeliever, the criminals, the wrongdoers, and there are the people who's the fajreen, the fujr, who's the people who committed all kind of haram, all kind of sin. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Because right now, look at Allah Azza wa Jalla, even mentioned to these people, they think they'll last them forever. They think they are powerful. They can do this. They can do that. And وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, they become like they are God in this earth. But Allah Azza wa Jalla says, these people, they're coming back to us. They're coming. لَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَ كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ وَلَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَ فُرَادًا. You're going to come back. We're all going to go back to Allah. We're all going to go back to Allah. And the minute you're going to go back to Allah by yourself, no entourage, no lawyers, no nothing. You and Allah. And you, either Jannah, may Allah Azza wa Jalla make us from Ahlul Jannah, or والعياذ بالله نار. نسأل الله أن يعيذنا من النار. نسأل الله أن يجعلنا من أهل الجنة. نسأل الله أن يجعلنا من الذين يسمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت، وعافنا فيمن عافيت، وتولنا فيمن توليت، وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت، وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قدرته وقضيت، فإنك تقضي بالحق ولا يقضى عليك، وإنه لا يعز من عاديت ولا يذل من واليت، تباركت ربنا وتعاليت، فلك الحمد يا ربنا على ما أنعمت به وأوليت. نستغفرك اللهم ونتوب إليك. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه، وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. قربنا لما تحب وترضاه، وابعدنا عما يغضبك يا الله. اللهم أجرنا من النار وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل. اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة وما قرب إليها من قول من عمل. اللهم إنا نسألك الفردوس الأعلى من الجنة مع الصديقين والشهداء والنبيين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي، ربنا تقبل دعاء. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي، رب ارحمهما كما ربيان صغيرا. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. بارك الله فيكم وجزاكم الله خير. أسعد الله هذه الوجوه الخيرة النيرة المتلألئة